feel it. I'm about to make you disappear with a snap.
Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. All right. Well, you snuck up on me there. Let me just move this out of the way. Welcome. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, hey everybody, we're back with another video. So what I'm about to get into is we're going to get into a auction lot that we went out to the auction this past Saturday and what we ended up getting. So we didn't go too crazy. It was actually a pretty busy Saturday, I guess because of the holiday weekend, so a lot of people were out. But we made out pretty good with some good stuff. So I'm about to show you guys what we got. Now, what we paid here for this whole box was about $300. But I will tell you, it was a pretty good set of stuff that we ended up getting. So we're about to get into it. Let me show you what we got. So the first thing that we got here are Baldwin USA brass candle holders. These are mid-century, probably about maybe the 60s or 50s. You can see the Baldwin USA stamp on the bottom. These have been used, so somebody actually used these, but these are actually pretty good. So these actually go anywhere from about 35 to 50 bucks, even in this condition. The brass is still pretty good and shiny, so you might be able to get a few dollars for these. So this is pretty cool. All right. Next is a set of perfume bottles that we paid for. So these are pretty cool. So this one here is a Katniss Scotland perfume bottle. Basically the way it works is you put your perfume in here, fill it up, turn this upside down a little bit, pull this out once the perfume's on here, and just dab it on your neck. Dab it on your neck. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You can see the cool colorization of the glass, how they put the color into it, so very vibrant, very nice. This is a Waterford crystal perfume bottle. So this one's got a little bit longer stem, so you don't gotta kind of tilt it over too much. But same thing, you know, you would put your perfume in here, dip it, dab it on your neck a little bit, you know. But yeah, these are pretty cool. So this Katniss one goes anywhere from like $50 to $75. The Waterford, same thing, about 60 to 75. So the idea here is when you're looking for items like this, you know, best thing that you can do is take a picture, Google search it, look for stampings of the names. That way then you can kind of look at that real quick and see what it is. But these are pretty cool. So they're in really good condition. You can tell the person must have collected them. Don't think they ever used it because it doesn't smell like anything inside. But it is a very cool piece. Very nice to have. All right. So this is interesting. This is a mid-century. So this is probably from like 1950, 1960s. It's a wood carving figure, probably from Spain. This is called a gacho. And this gentleman here is holding a whip. But these are actually really cool. It's all hand carved, as you can tell. And again, what we did here is we just kind of did a quick search by taking the picture, looking at Google and seeing what was there. This thing, believe it or not, these things sell, man. These things go from like 50 bucks all the way up to like 120 they sold. So these are very cool figurines. And again, this is all handcrafted, carved wood figures. So pretty cool with that little whip. All right. Next, we got a wooden treasure chest. And this is like a pirate's treasure chest, you can see. So this is very cool. Opens up, it's nice. It's like a jewelry box. You know, you can put jewelry in it. Very old. Put whatever you want in this. This thing here goes for about 40 bucks. So this is very nice, solid wood. Very good piece. This next thing here is from China. But these are very old and vintage. So this is probably from like the 60s. These are very cool. So these are hand painted. They can either be pill holders, little jewelry trinket cases, but these are very nice. You know, brass, made out of brass. You can put little stuff in here. So I looked at these online, and these things go anywhere just from like $30 up to like $90 a piece. So this is a whole set. So this is very nice, well taken care of, wasn't ever used. So somebody must have, you know, bought this and just stored it and never used it. It was very cool. So this here, pretty sure everybody knows what this is. So this is a statue replica of Stonehenge from, you know, Greece, Athens area. Very cool piece. It's heavy. This here, I've seen not too many online, but they go anywhere from 80 to 100 bucks. And again, this is something that's very cool. Goes on a nice desk. You know, if you're into this kind of stuff, again, this is very cool. And like I said, everything that we do, we go in with a mindset when we go into these auctions on, you know, making sure that we can maximize the most of our money. And what we look for is at this auction that we go to, they usually have like tables, and they have them like sectioned off with a bunch of these items included. So we can make out on some of these things where we paid maybe like 60 bucks for 4 items, but look at the profit that we can get on turning it around. So it's very worth it when you go in there and see. And I will tell you that a lot of people, they don't really care for this kind of stuff. They go after other things. So these are things that are very cool to get into and get, because again, you can maximize on this. All right. Whoa. So let's get into this here. So these are from Spain. And again, these are hand carved. So these are very cool. These are like bookends. So you would place books in between these two guys, put them up against each other. This here is a Don Quixote. And these are card figurines. And they're made from space. They're very old. So you can see there the stamping. These here for the pair go for about 180 bucks. Recently these sold. So again, these are very cool, unique pieces, all hand carved wood, so very solid, very nice piece, very nice set here. These are pretty unique. So these are vintage Swan salt holders, or salt and pepper. The way it works is, so you would put your salt or your pepper in here. This comes with a little spoon. You would get what you're going to get out of there, scoop it onto your plate or however. This is from like the 50s, 60s era. This little thing contracts back and forth. Got the crystal bottom with the silver top or brass, not sure. But this here for the set goes for about 50, 60 bucks. So again, very cool. All right, so this is a Mathis Johnson crystal carved like horse figure. This here goes for about 50 bucks. You see you got that frosted nice glass in the middle. So this is just a cool little trinket to put up like on a mantle, or, you know, just like a nice little accent piece here. So this is very cool. This is another Mathis Johnson piece here. You can see it's got like a goddess face with some turquoise in it. You got your gold, and then you got the nice frosted glass here. One of these actually recently sold for about 85 bucks online. So this is a very, very cool piece. Very rare, very popular. So this is an interesting one. So this is actually pretty heavy. This is about probably 10 pounds. And what we have here, this is probably from like the 50s, 60s. It's a Trojan horse head made of crystal with that frosted nice glass. Now these here get pretty expensive. So this here runs for about anywhere from $295 up to about 400 bucks. I mean, this is very, very cool, very unique piece. Very, very sought after. People pay pretty good money for these. So this is very, very nice. And lastly, this was pretty cool. So this is a Lalique France piece. This is a Lalique crystal. So this is a ancient sitting cat. Looks like probably one of those Egyptian type of cats. But these are very expensive. If anybody knows about Lalique crystal, these are super expensive. So just this little figure here goes from about $250 to $500. Again, very cool, very sought after. What you want to look for when you're going to these auctions is always look at the bottom, see if there's a marking or stamping like this one has. So right away, we already knew when we see this was probably going to be worth some good money. And we got a great deal on this because a lot of people, again, didn't look at this, didn't see it. They just bypass these things. So it's always good to take a look at that. You know, same thing like with these. You see your marking at the bottom. So you just want to look at that marking, make sure you have that kind of stuff, and then show you what you can bring. So in all, we did a pretty good haul. I mean, you know, we made out pretty good off this whole lot. I mean, just sitting here telling you what the estimate values are, you can see we probably tripled our money for what we paid. And this is going to be very cool to post up, put out there. But, you know, again, this is just something that we really look into when we go out there and get at these auctions, is just to make sure that we can maximize the most off our money. We don't want to go too crazy. But again, you know, when things like this come up, I mean, you got to take advantage of it, get the items. And again, a lot of these things people bypass. So for what it's worth, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll have some more videos later on this week for you, show you some more stuff that we got. I got a couple more things to show you from the auction. This was just one of the hauls that we brought. So thanks everybody. We'll get to you next time.